Okay. All right. So for active stretching, you're going to come to the end of your mat. Feet are sits bone distance apart, so it's a little narrower than your hips. Bring the weight into the heels. We're going to start with some just basic roll down. So make sure your knees are soft, they're not locked out. Your hips are relaxed, your shoulders are down and relaxed. The only thing really working here is your core, working on stretching the back of the legs. Deep breath in. Exhale, nod your chin, and slowly start to roll down. You want to feel your spine rolling away. Start to feel that stretch maybe in your lower back, through your glutes. And keep rolling down. Arms are reaching down towards the ground. Your head is heavy. Keep going as far as you can. If your hands can't touch the floor, that's okay. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under and slowly roll all the way back up. The chin comes up last, doing a couple more like that. Deep breath in. Exhale, nod the chin. Slowly roll down. You want to feel the upper back curl down. Your ribs pull in, your belly pulls in as you roll down, creating a lot of space in your spine. Rolling down as far as you can. Hold it at your furthest point here for just a second. Take a deep breath in. Feel your rib cage expand. On your exhale, try and come a little bit closer to the ground. Your chest comes closer to your thighs. Hold it there. And deep breath in again. Reach the rib cage out to the sides. This time, as you exhale, pull your belly in to curl the tailbone under and stack your spine one little piece at a time. This time, your chin comes up last, but I want you to keep looking up the wall in front of you and look across the ceiling to open the chest just a little bit. Stretch through the crown of the head and pull the rib cage in to bring that spine back to neutral. Deep breath in. Exhale, rolling down one last time. This time we're going to keep it down. Drawing the ribs in, letting your head hang, getting heavier as you roll down. Slow and controlled, reaching all the way down. If your hands cannot touch the floor here, you're going to walk your hands out to where they can touch the floor. So just lean forward, trying to bring your hands down. Use your breath, use your exhale. So bringing those hands down to the floor, I want you to bend your right knee. If your hands still can't touch the floor, that's okay. Hang and still bend that right knee in. Press into that left hip just a tiny bit backwards, not to the side. And then straighten the right leg, bend the left. Reaching through that right glute, relaxing the kneecaps. And straighten the left, going back to the right, bending that right knee. Relaxing through your kneecaps, your chin is in so that your head is hanging, your shoulders are relaxed. Straighten that right leg, bending the left. And straighten one more each leg, bend that left one. Sorry, right. And straighten, bend the left. And straighten both legs, bend both knees at the same time, reach those hips back. It's like you're trying to stretch your sits bones away from your calves. Feel that deep stretch through the hamstrings. And straighten the legs, relax your kneecaps, deep breath in. One more, sit those hips back, stretch, plant those hands on the ground. And straighten the legs. Deep breath in. On your exhale, use the abs and slowly curl the tailbone under to roll all the way up. The chin comes up last, stacking the spine. Coming in to a side step. We're going to bring the feet wider than shoulder distance apart and nod your chin and roll all the way down. Your toes can be pointed out just a little bit here. I want you to see if you can bring your hands down. And keeping the hands planted, I want you to sit those hips back and bend at the knees. This should feel like a stretch in your inner thighs. And then straighten the legs. Keeping the chin in, the head hanging down, bend at the knees, sit in the hips back, and press to straighten those legs. Deep breath in, sit in those hips back, and straighten. One more deep breath in, bend the knees. This time keep the hips back, bring the elbows to the knees, and deepen through that sitting position just a little more. Drop one shoulder. Pressing that elbow against the inner thigh. Bring it back to the center. Drop the other shoulder. And bring it back to center. Straighten those legs. Bring the hands down. Rotate to the right foot. And bring your chest down towards your thigh. If you have a hard time touching the floor here, you can bring your hands to your shin. You can bring your hands to your thigh. Just don't place your hands on your knee. Press forward into a runner's lunge. And stretch that back heel back as far as you can to get a deeper stretch through that left hip flexor and the left thigh. You want your hips to reach towards that front heel. And then we're going to straighten both legs. Keep that back heel lifted for just a second. And then exhale, drop that back heel as low as you can. Lift that back heel and bend forward into that lunge again. Deep breath in. Make sure you're breathing. Breathing is essential to stretching. Exhale, lift, straighten that front leg. Drop that back heel. Lift the back heel. Press back into your lunge. Hold it there. Now turn. Bring that outside hand forward and rotate into a front lunge, coming down as low as you can. If you're not able to bring your hips down, that's okay. If it bothers your hip, you can turn that foot outwards, or you can bring it in. You can stay up here. Lots of options here. Deep breath in. Come all the way back around. And coming into your low lunge, drop that knee down and flatten the foot. Still pressing those hips forward. Bring your hands to your knee. Deep breath in. See if you can bend that back foot in and turn towards your bent knee and reach back towards that foot. And rotate. Control and bring that foot back down. The hands come down. We're bending that front leg into your pigeon pose. So keeping the chest lifted, reaching that leg behind you. Come down to your elbows. If that feels okay to your body. If it doesn't, stay lifted. And if you can, we're going to come all the way down, head to the mat. So depending on your range of motion, this may not be doable. You may have to stay lifted. We're going to come back to the elbows and come back up to the hands. Curl those back toes under, straighten that leg, lift up through your hands, bring that foot back into a lunge. Press all the way back up. Rotate, walk through center, keeping your body folded. We're coming to the other side for our lunge. Hands are down, heel is lifted, stretching back, bend into that runner's lunge, reaching the back heel back. The hips are pressing forward. Take a deep breath in, shoulders are relaxed. Straighten both legs, lifting the hips up. That back heel is lifted. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, drop that back heel down as far as you can. Should be feeling this in your calf, in your ankle, your hamstrings. Lift that back heel. Press back into your lunge. Two more like that. Deep breath in. Lift the hips, straighten that front leg. Exhale, drop the heel. Lift that heel back up. Press forward into the lunge. One more deep breath in, lift the hips up. Exhale, drop that heel down. Relax in through your muscles. Inhale, lift that heel back up. Press all the way down. That outside hand, bring it around and rotate to the front for a front lunge. Again, if you're not able to get into this position, you can keep your toes outwards. You can keep them forward. You can come up to your knee. You can lift up. We're just trying to get that inner thigh stretch of the straight leg. You can add a point and flex if you're super flexible. Bring those hands back. Rotate back into your lunge. Coming down to a low lunge, drop the back knee. Curl the toes. Bring the foot flat, Deep breath in. Lifting up through the chest. Bring those hands to the knee. And bend that back leg in. You're gonna rotate towards your bent knee and reach around with the opposite arm. Bring it back forward. Control that foot down, press back in, hands come down, the toes curl under and the knee lifts to press up into that lunge again. Straighten both legs and walk back around to the center. Drop your chest as low as you can. Reach and grab inside your ankles and draw your chest down. Soft knees, the knees are not locked out. And bring those hands flat onto the ground. Bring your toes towards the center and then the heels. We're just heel toeing the feet in all the way to the middle. Deep breath in, turn to the side. And we're just gonna bend the knees and bring those hips all the way down as low as you can. Deep breath in. Rock forward just a little bit and lift the heels off of the mat. This is going to be a good stretch for the ankles. And press back down. One more, rock forward. And come back up. Straighten those legs. Trying to keep your chest as close to your thighs as you can. We're going to come to the end of the mat again and walk out into a down dog position. So here, hands are spread. They're a little shoulder distance apart. Fingertips are spread wide. Shoulder blades are gliding down your back. I want you just to lift both heels. Now drop just the right one. Bend the left knee into the chest. And switch. And switch for 4. 3. 2. 1 more each leg. Lift both legs, press forward into your plank, and come drop the hips into a cobra pose. Turn your feet under, lift through the chest. If you feel pinching in your lower back, bend your elbows just a little to lower the chest some, or draw your abs in and up. And press the hips back into a child's pose. Deep breath in. Walk your fingertips out towards the opposite end of the mat, feeling more of a stretch through the lats and the upper back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Press forward into a tabletop position. I want you to reach your right arm out to the side and rotate to open. Now bring it back in, bring it underneath and reach across the opposite way and see if you can lower your shoulder down to the mat. Use your abs, press into that opposite hand, bring that arm back to center and place it under the shoulder. The other hand comes out to the side. Start by opening the chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring that arm through underneath your belly. reach it to the side. That other arm bends as you reach through. Finding a nice rotation. This is for your upper back and your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale. Press back up to center. Bring that hand back. Sit back into your child's pose again. This time, open your knees out to the sides and allow your chest to come down to the mat. And walk your fingertips really far out. Now, I want you to press your hands into the mat and pull your rib cage up. And then relax and reach your chest down. Get a little upper back mobility. Hold this one in neutral. Walk your hands over to the right side of your body, but don't let that left hip lift. Should feel like a nice side stretch from the armpit to the hip on the left side of the body. Deep breath in. Exhale, walk the hands back to the center and walk over to the left. Deep breath in. Keep reaching that right hip down to the heels and walk those hands back to the center. Take a deep breath in here. Curl the tailbone under. Slowly roll your spine all the way up and come up to sitting. Turn over to lie on your back. Starting in a seated position. Grabbing behind your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Lift your chest up and reach back. Look across the ceiling. Use your eyes. Look back down and pull the belly in to round through the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. So imagine there's a beach ball that's pushing your belly back. And then reach up. Open the chest. And pull the belly in around through the spine. This time we're rolling all the way down. Use your hands if you need to. Otherwise you can reach and roll. One piece at a time. All the way down to lying down. Bring those hands out to the side. If you have a band that you want to use to get deeper into these leg circles, you definitely can use a band. If you are fine without a band, you don't have to use one. So I will do one leg without a band. The other leg I will do with a band. So I'll start off with a band just in case you have one. So you're going to put that band across the width of the ball of the foot, including the toes. Make an X with the band, and then pull your elbows down into your waist. So take a deep breath in. That leg that's across the mat is stretching. You're going to point the foot that is reaching up and flex. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. And one more point. And flex. Now, ankle circles. The leg is still, the hips are still. You're just rolling the foot through the ankle. Drawing a circle on the ceiling. 2, 1, pause, reverse that circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten that leg, flex the foot, reach through the heel, and small circles from the hip socket. It's like you're trying to stir your heel in a bowl. Some good hip mobility, small circles. And reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Now reach the leg out to the side. Same side of the body. Reaching as far over as you can. Look to the opposite direction. Look back to center. Use your abs to lift that leg straight back up. And now cross it over the body, but don't let your hips roll over yet. Your hips are stable. You'll feel this deep in the IT band, right through here. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, allow that hip to roll over from the waist and reach that leg over. You're trying to keep your shoulders down on the mat, but reaching that leg across the body, rotating from the waist. Deep breath in. Exhale, press your hip back down, use the abs, lift that leg up. Take the band off if you were using it, reach that leg long across the mat, It should feel a little bit longer, a little bit lighter than your other leg. This leg I'll do with no band for those of you who don't have one. You're gonna bring that leg in and up. If you have a band, place it on the width of the ball of the foot. And we're gonna start by pointing and flexing. 3, 2, 1. Ankle circles. The leg is very stable. You're just circling. Straighten that leg as much as you can. 2, 1. Pause, reverse. Rolling that foot around from the ankle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot. Reach through the heel. Little circles from the hip socket. You should feel your leg rotating in that hip socket. Pause, reverse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Allow that leg to float out to the side. Keeping that opposite hip down as much as you can. Deep breath in. Use the abs, the opposite obliques. Help to lift that leg up. Reach across the body, but don't lift that hip up yet. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, roll over from the waist. The shoulder stays down. Deep breath in. Use your abs. Press that hip down to the mat to lift the leg. Bend the knee in. Take that band off if you were using it. Stretch that leg long. Take a deep breath in. Lift those arms all the way overhead. Let's come up. Flex your feet. Press your heels into the ground. Bring those arms up. Nod your chin. Use your abs to roll. Grab behind your thighs if you need to. Sit all the way up. Come into a butterfly position. So the bottoms of the feet are together. You may have one leg that cooperates well like this one, and one that doesn't want to cooperate like this one. So this hip flexor is a lot tighter for me. If your legs are even, that's great. If they're not, that's okay too. So grab on, clasp your fingers, grab underneath your toes, and lift your chest up while pressing your knees out. Take a deep breath in. Keep your back flat and hinge forward as far as you can with a flat back. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, round over. Deep breath in here. Exhale, lengthen through your spine and come back to a flat back and lift all the way back up. So I'm going to turn to the side on this one so you can see that a little bit better. One more. Lift up tall. Feel that resistance pulling against the feet. The feet are pressing the hands down. Hinge with a flat back. The elbows bend into the waist and you reach as far as you can with a flat back. Hold it there. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round over. Relax your shoulders. Relax your head, your neck. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen through your spine to come back to a flat back. Hold it there. Use your abs and lift all the way up. Good. Slowly bring those feet out. Reach them out in front of you. Adjust through your hips so that you try and feel your sits bones directly underneath you. I'm going to bring the left foot in and place it over the right foot. Reach your right arm. Your left hand plants on the floor behind you. Rotate and place that arm on the outside of the thigh. But I don't want you just to twist. I want you to lift up through your spine as you rotate. The more you press your arm into the leg, the more stretch you're going to get through that medial glute. And unrotate. Switching sides. Bring that left leg back out. The right leg crosses over. The left leg arm reaches. Reach up through your spine. Lift your ribs away from your hips and press your arm in opposition. Push into the hand that's on the floor. Press the arm against the outer thigh. And unrotate slowly. Bring that leg back out. Let's sit in a Z-sit for our last part, which is a mermaid. So if a Z-sit position does not feel good to you, you can bring this leg back around. You're gonna grab on to the outside ankle, lift the opposite arm straight up. So right now, I have my left heel in the center, my right heel is on the outside. So my left arm is lifted. Reach your ribs up and side bend over. So you want to keep your body square and lift back up. Deep breath in. Exhale as you lean over. And lift back up. This time we're adding a little rotation. Deep breath in, lift. Exhale, reach over. Hold it there. Rotate, pull the ribs in as you turn and look towards the floor. Unrotate. Lift all the way up and bring that hand all the way down. If you want to challenge, you can bring your legs in front into teaser and bring them to the other side. Otherwise, just switch sides. Grabbing that outside ankle. Finding if you can get both sits bones down, that's the goal. If this hip is lifted a lot, you want to separate your legs just a little bit. Lifting that outside arm up, right arm is up for me. Lifting up tall, side bend over. And lift all the way up. So notice you should be using your obliques just a little bit. Lift, exhale as you reach over, shoulders are relaxed, the chest is open. And the rib pulls to the hip to lift. This one we're adding that rotation, deep breath in, lift up tall. Stretch over, lengthen through your spine as you're reaching. Hold it there. Now your ribs draw in to rotate and bring that chest towards the ground. Deep breath in here. Exhale, unrotate. And lift all the way back up. And we are done.
Yeah, because there's a lot of squats in the work.
All right, coming back real quick. I'm adding in a few extra stretches. If you want to add these, you're more than welcome to. If you feel good after doing that, you can stop there. We're going to bend both legs, bring that left knee in, rotate the leg out, and place it over your right thigh, and then sit up tall through your chest. You should feel this a lot through that glute. Deep breath in. Now reach your hands through and grab onto your right thigh and start walking that foot in. Slowly walking it in. Lift the chest up more. Now we're gonna rock back. So roll the hips under and come all the way back and pull that knee into your chest. Yep. So try to keep your hips on the floor. And just bend your elbows to draw that leg into your chest. Make sure you're breathing. And release slowly. Bring that foot all the way back down. Uncross the legs. Reach the arms. Come back up to sitting. And sit up tall. Reach those feet out just a little bit. Bring the right leg into the chest. Pull to rotate the leg and bring the chest up. Lift up tall through your spine. Deep breath in. Exhale. Walk that foot in closer and closer as much as you can tolerate. Don't overstretch this. Lift that chest up taller. Reach your hands through. Grab onto that left thigh. Lift your chest up. And then roll, lift that foot to hovering. Roll all the way back and pull that knee in towards your chest. Make sure you're breathing, deep breaths in. And slow and controlled. Start to release that leg all the way down. Rest that foot. Uncross the other and slowly bring it all the way down. Reach the arms, curling up. Use behind your thighs if you need. Come all the way to sitting. We're gonna get a little inner thigh stretch. So sitting up tall. The right leg is reaching out. The left leg is bent in. We're gonna side bend over. So if you feel like your right glute is engaged, try and relax it. And lift all the way up. Rotate, turn towards your leg, and hinge forward. Press up, unrotate, switching sides. Bring that foot in, switch to the other side. Hips are down, lifting up tall, reaching over. Breath in, lifting up, rotate, turn the chest towards the thigh, and reach down. So make sure that your foot's not falling in. If the foot is falling in, you're not going to feel this stretch on the inner thigh. Deep breath in. Exhale, stack all the way up and turn and give you a little bicep and forearm stretch. So turning the hands away from you, sitting with your feet flat, knees bent. You're going to curl the tailbone under and bend your elbows. So you should feel this stretch in your wrist, in your forearm, maybe through your shoulders and chest, depending on how tight you are. You want to spread your fingertips really wide, okay? And then as you bend the elbows, keep even pressure against the width of the hand. So you have pressure on your pinky and pressure on the thumb. Deep breath in. And now, to get a bicep and chest stretch, you're gonna press up to a straight arm and reach the chest up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, and bend one more time. Tuck the hips under. Bend at those elbows. Deep breath in. Exhale, press up. And come back to neutral. Use your abs and can bring those arms all the way around.